Hola, Shantae with Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicarns coming to you today. Um, Today I'm drinking some water, but I put ginger and lime juice in here, like real lime juice. Um, when I don't have lime juice, I use the simple syrup and sweet lime juice. But either way, mm, it's so good. It's so good. Um, It's actually how I describe June Ambrose as a refreshing, flavored water. She's so gorgeous. She's just simply God. She is magnificent. If you guys do not follow June Ambrose, I think she's like a dresser or something. And also a designer. And I just think she is dainty and lovely and all those great things. It is like it's refreshing. I love how body positive she is and all this different stuff too. And come to find out, she herself has anxiety. So it was like refreshing to get to know her through Instagram because I don't know her in real life, but it was so refreshing to get to know her through Instagram because that's what anxiety kind of looks like. When it's not a bad day, that's what it kind of looks like. It looks like you got to make decisions and they got to go by quick, and you got to get your dance on and you got to do your feel good and all that different stuff. So it is like she is like a representation of life to me, like gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I think that if you have anxiety, you kind of, if you see her, you'll kind of understand. So anyway, I want to talk about vibrational frequencies, and it's just like a vibe, like for real. It's like a energy level that you vibe at, and everybody can stand a different energy level. I myself am like a booty yoga level. I'm not a yoga level. I'm a booty yoga level. Like I still like hip hop. I still like to shake my butt, twerk around the house. I like to. I mean, it's like I'm kind of like at a fun level. Not to say yoga level is not, like regular yoga is like zen, quiet, no music, but a booty yoga level is like you different. It's just different vibes, right? It's just like how do you, and mainly the aura of it all is positivity. I think people may describe it as something else, but for me, it's like just how you vibrate, how you vibe within the world. And so for me too, I feel like because women are always like we have all these rules. Do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. No, don't do it. Oh my God. And it's like we have more problems than people too. And so I think it's harder for people to like recognize that women do things. So even this list I'm looking at is like 10 toxic habits. And it's like they're not really habits. They are just issues that we'll have within our life that'll make us go through all these different things where we can't vibrate on a correct frequency. Um, so the first one is, it says making decisions or doing things out of fear rather than trust and love. Now that's easy for somebody to say if they have the power to be able to make those decisions. But if you got a kid at home, you got to feed them. If you the only parent making money in your house and you have a low income, all these different things. It's just for me. I realized that it's just some things I cannot do. And so somebody else might look at it and be like, oh my gosh, she don't worry about nothing. She don't be worried about nothing. And it's like, well, why? I mean, because I can't, all I can do is call to see if I can get help. All I can do is relax about it. All I can do is accept the fate of what's going to happen. Like somebody going to tell you, well, if this happened, then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and that's going to happen. Okay. You know, so it's like, what else can I do? Like that's your vibe. So some things that you can do. Let me look at this. So again, if you want to raise your vibration frequency, I would say put on some music or meditate. But the first thing is get the information that you need. Like I feel like in those situations, get the information that you need in order for you to feel at ease about what's going on. If you know what's going on, if somebody has communicated to you what's going on, and it's something that you can't change or it's out of your hands, then that's how you fully know it's out of your hands. I feel like in those situations where it's like you making those decisions out of fear is because you don't have all the correct information that you need in order for you to get by or make it through. So That's like my main thing is like, please be sure to like get everything that you need. This also is saying like comparing yourself to others. This is not a habit of mine, but it could seem that way. Like, I don't know, like, you don't have to compare yourself to other people. And I think that's easier said than done, because in my life I have never met another person like this, like me, like where they just like congratulations, like thank you, you did a good job, whatever. And they're just like, it's like I don't ever meet people on that level with me. So it's harder for me. It's hard to be in a room and you sit next to somebody and they like, she always get a reward. She does this or she does that, and it's like, well, just do something then. Like maybe she just a favor. Maybe this a job that's like, maybe she knows somebody. Maybe they recognize something different in her. Maybe they know her backstory. Maybe they know where she came from. Maybe they know, but it's what you don't know that's bothering you. So again, in those situations, it's still better for you to have the information that you need and to like come to a point of really thinking about, okay, wait a minute, this is like, yeah, I got a problem. That's when I started like, I don't really want to be in a meeting with you because you just keep talking about everybody else. Like, I don't want to do that. So I think, yeah, first off, get all the information you need and then have a dance party. Like, that's something everybody, like, a raise your vibration. If you don't want to dance, then meditate. So it's like so many different things. You could do art, so all those things will take you back to your zen, because it's something that you just can't do without. Like, you can, it's something, some things they just are out of your control. And it's like, how do I get there? And if it's everyday issues, daily issues outside of death and something that's causing trauma, I wouldn't even, it's like, what can I do? Nothing but live. That's it. That's all I can do is live. And some of us actually do have to make decisions out of fear. You got to think about people that are low income. You have to think about people that are black, people that actually just non people of color. Non white people, really. That's really it. Like, they have stress that some people don't actually have. Um, Being a woman is stressful. Being a man is stressful. Being a black man is more stressful. Being a black woman is more stressful. For me, I know that's how it is for me. Um, that's all I'm saying. It's like, it's so many different things where people will make these lists, and it's like they're not really thinking about, okay, well, I don't really have the money. I ain't never had the money. How I'm gonna get the money? I don't have these ideas. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have the education. I don't have. You see, it's like so many things that you may not have, but you can't keep thinking about that either. It's like you got to think over that. But at the same time, it's wrong for somebody to sit and tell you, well, you don't got a paycheck coming in. They like, well, you need to go ahead and start investing your money in stocks. You like, wait a minute. I'm just trying to get a sandwich. Like, I'm just trying to get some money on the table. Period. Today, that is my goal. So, yeah, it's like, for me, I see this stuff and I'm like, yeah, I got there, but at the same time, I had like problems with finances. I had problems with people. I had problems, like, it was just all these problems, and now nobody cares or they don't want to give the justice. So it's like, how do you get up and maintain a smile every day? How do you get through that? How do you get over whatever? And like I said, get the information you need so you can get where you're going. But when you don't have the information, it'll start to cause anxiety, it'll lower your vibration, all those different things. So that's something where people have to really check, like when they making these lists, like, that's not gonna be the same for everybody. It's not gonna be the same for everybody. Okay? Negativity. This is something where you might have lingering thoughts and you might have lingering behaviors or whatever. And what you have to do is look at yourself. If you smoke and you accept that you smoke. Just don't do it and hurt other people. If you drink. Just don't do it and hurt other people. If you do drugs, same thing. It's like, just don't do that and then use that as an excuse to hurt other people. So negativity for me is like, a lot of people are negative, and sometimes we'll take things as being negative. Like, if somebody doesn't see it our way or see what the danger, like, we won't see the danger in what it's causing us. I had this issue with my son all the time, because I'm like, after going through everything I went through, I don't want you to have those negative ideas about yourself, and I don't want him to be around toxic people either. So the best thing about us getting away right now is like, or no, nobody being around us, is that um, a lot of the people that they were actually toxic. Like they'll actually come up here and it's like they over here trying to say stuff under their breath and start arguments with us and all this different stuff. And so we really not out of the way of toxic and negative people, because they still come and try to like find a way into our life or whatever, or send the messages and all that stuff they do. So or hack, you know. So you just like, I don't know. So with the negativity, that's it. Like, you know, you just take it for what it's worth, and you realize that some people just not on your level. Like, that's like a meditation. Like, it's not even you could argue. Like, sometimes I find myself saying something back or whatever, but I would say this is a stop moment. Like, that's a stop, and just think about all the blessings that you yourself have, and that you don't have to do that. You don't have to lower your energy. Like, it's like you past that, you beyond whatever it is they trying to bring it to your life. Like, they keep trying to put something in your life, like a seed or something. Like, they want that to grow into something, and it's like, well, it's not gonna grow into anything. It is what it is. It really is what it is. Also, some people will take your life and they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna make a joke about it. I'm gonna make a joke about this. This is gonna be a joke. It's like, this shit ain't no joke. Like, it's not a joke. And so when you start realizing that too, like, you realize, wait a minute, I'm an adult, I'm a mature person. Like, this shit ain't no joke. It's not funny. And so, I don't know, you start to realize, well, I vibrate higher than you. So that's the problem. Like, you actually have like either a low IQ or something is wrong with the person. Like, it's no reason for somebody to continuously keep dropping little negative situations in your life. Because if that's happening to you, if they trying to do that to you, what's actually happened to them? You know, like, if they feel like this is like revenge, or I'm trying to get back at you or something like that, what is actually happening to them in their life for them to be like that? And sometimes it's nothing. So then you know it's a real problem, because you're like, wait a minute, you didn't kind of been messed up since birth. Like, you know, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. So really, sometimes the negativity is just not your issue. If it is your issue, if you are the person that's messed up, then it's like, yeah, you got to sit down and actually have a coming to Jesus with yourself. So that's the problem. Like, using bad language, it's a bad habit, but sometimes it's just part of your culture. And so, but you could still use bad language and be like totally positive. Like, I always tell my dog, she the baddest bitch on the street. Like, you know, she the baddest motherfucker out here. And so that's all I'm saying. It's like, I can still swear, and I don't know, and I still feel something. But they say, oh my God. Anyway, but the other thing is that sometimes that you got to do it in the right positions too. Like, you can't just always do it. Like, it's like, sometimes I talk to people and they be cussing, just like, they don't sound right here. You know, like, it's like, it will sound right, even though I cuss like I cuss. So it's like, oh my God, you know. But then other times it just is what it is. Like, that's a bad motherfucker right there. He fine as hell, you know. Like, it's just, that's how it is. It's just part of the culture. So again, using bad language, if somebody see that, everybody like, you know, it feels like they shaming you, and it's like, no, you're not being shamed. You can use, if you telling somebody, I'm a bad bitch, you know, if that's what you're doing, I don't see nothing wrong with that. So use it. But the bad language is when you like, outside of swear words, is when you saying you're not anything. I'm not nobody. I can't make it. I can't do this. I can't do. That's bad language to me. Everything else, fuck that. Like, y'all really, that's too much. You see how people just keep dipping? That's because that's somebody else's standard. So my standard is speak how you gonna speak. Period. Like, it's like, that's just who you are. You know, but don't be negative. I'm not gonna let somebody be negative on themselves. Like, if they like sitting there telling me a story, and they're like, oh well, I'm just not good enough. Oh hell no, yes the fuck you are. Like, you know, you everything. Like, for real, you peace, you hominess, you wholesome. Like, I'm like, you holistic. I don't care. Like, whatever it is, like, I tell you, I'm about to tell you, because it's like, get up. You got to get up. You cannot be down. You have to get up. So if that's the case, yeah, I'm like, move.